People of faith regularly claim that atheism is responsible for some of the most appalling crimes of the 20th century. Although it is true that the regimes of Hitler, Stalin, Mao and Pol Pot were irreligious to varying degrees, they were not especially rational. Delusions about race, economics, national identity, the march of history or the moral dangers of intellectualism. In many respects, religions were directly culpable even here. Consider the Holocaust, that built the Nazi crematoria brick by brick was a direct inheritance from medieval Christianity. For centuries, religious Germans had viewed the Jews as the worst species of heretics and attributed every societal ill to their continued presence among the faithful. While the hatred of Jews in Germany expressed itself in a predominantly secular way, the religious demonization of the Jews of Europe continued. Auschwitz, the Gulag and the killing fields are not examples of what happens when people become too critical of unjustified beliefs. To the contrary, these horrors testify to the dangers of not thinking critically enough about specific secular ideologies. Needless to say, a rational argument against religious faith is not an argument for the blind embrace of atheism as a dogma. The problem that the atheist exposes is none other than the problem of dogma itself, of which every religion has more than its fair share. There is no society in recorded history that ever suffered because its people became too reasonable. While most Americans believe that getting rid of religion is an impossible goal, much of the developed world has already accomplished it. Any account of a God gene that causes the majority of Americans to helplessly organize their lives around ancient works of religious fiction must explain why so many inhabitants of other first world societies apparently lack such a gene. The level of atheism throughout the rest of the developed world refutes any argument that religion is somehow a moral necessity. Countries like Norway, Iceland, Australia, Canada, Sweden, Switzerland, Belgium, Japan, the Netherlands, Denmark and the United Kingdom are among the least religious societies on Earth. According to the United Nations Human Development Report, 2005, they are also the healthiest, as indicated by measures of life expectancy, adult literacy, per capita income, educational attainment, gender equality, homicide rate and infant mortality. Conversely, the 50 nations now ranked lowest in terms of human development are unwaveringly religious. Other analyses paint the same picture. The United States is unique among wealthy democracies in its level of religious literalism and opposition to evolutionary theory. It is also uniquely beleaguered by high rates of homicide, abortion, teen pregnancy, STD infection and infant mortality. The same comparison holds true within the United States itself. Southern and Midwestern states, characterized by the highest levels of religious superstition and hostility to evolutionary theory, are especially plagued by the above indicators of societal dysfunction, while the comparatively secular states of the Northeast conform to European norms. Of course, correlational data of this sort do not resolve questions of causality. Belief in God may lead to societal dysfunction. Societal dysfunction may foster a belief in God. Each factor may enable the other, or both may spring from some deeper source of mischief. Leaving aside the issue of cause and effect, these facts prove that atheism is perfectly compatible with the basic aspirations of a civil society. They also prove, conclusively, that religious faith does nothing to ensure a society's health. Countries with high levels of atheism also are the most charitable in terms of giving foreign aid to the developing world. The dubious link between Christian literalism and Christian values is also belied by other indices of charity. Consider the ratio in salaries between top-tier CEOs and their average employee. In Britain it is 24:1, France 15:1, Sweden 13:1. In the United States, Where 83% of the population believes that Jesus literally rose from the dead, it is 475 to 1.